Welcome back, my friends. I'm Johnny B with JohnnyB.com. Did you know there's a lot of red flags that we can watch for that could foretell that there's going to be a problem in the escrow? If we're vigilant and we detect them early, we can solve them. Okay, so here's some of the red flags. Divorce or separation. Buying in one spouse's name only without the other spouse on title. Bankruptcy, foreclosure, recent marriage of the seller or buyer. Becoming self-employed recently for the buyer. Liens or judgments. Death of the property owners. Easements obtained or given since the purchase of the property. Known encroachments. Seller or buyers that will not be present at closing. Power of attorney, trust, shared driveway, foreign sellers, guardianship or legally incompetent seller. If you're aware of any of these red flags, let me know immediately so that we can proactively address them and overcome them. Remember, the reason that we get our offers accepted is the high probability of close with our transactions. So by all of us being vigilant about these red flags, we can preempt problems and keep your transaction on track. Okay, so you've closed on the property, you've got your keys. How do you prove you own this home? Till next time, I'm Johnny B.
If you were sitting here and you had your 15, let's say your, I don't know, whatever you started out in this business, sitting in front of you, the younger you, Johnny B, just starting out, what advice would you give that person?
A lot of the advice I put in our book, the book we co-wrote, Success Mastery, I talked about the importance of identifying your why. Remember at the movie premiere, your movie premiere, I talked about the enhanced vision board. Do you remember we had that discussion?
Yes.
And I brought a copy for you. I can't show it on the air, but I promised to bring you a copy, so you can have this.
Thank you very much.
So in the center is the why, and that's because that's the thing you're willing to die for. If you don't get in alignment with your why, you're not going to get the power in your tank. You already have a why, you just have to identify what the why is. And then you have your core values. Your core values are already there. You just need to identify those. But when I set up my long-term goal, it has to be in the flow from the why, from the core values, and the core business principles that I've learned, like your Success Principles is a tremendous source. Those you'll see around the edge on that poster. And then you'll see the goals going up, in different time frames. So I call these nested goals. You have your 30-year, your 10-year, your 1 year, your 1 month, your 1 week, and then this is where the rubber hits the road. It's the one day. What are you going to do today and actually get something done today that's going to be in sync with that long-term mission? So as long as you're constantly moving in the same direction through life, you're not dispelling your energy going in circles, which most of us do. And then this is the thing I'm going to write about in the Rudy book that I'm writing a book with Rudy for the win. I'm going to talk about the primal language. Now, the primal language is the emotional power that you can tap into. So when we were at your house talking about Chicken Soup for the Soul, the reason your book was so successful, in my opinion, is because of the emotional intelligence that you used in crafting that book. And you move the audience in a way that no other book has ever moved them. So it's an emotional experience. And so art at its highest level is a conduit of emotion. But in order for us to do something great, we have to become something more. If we don't add something through experience, through learning through a coach or a class, or through visualization or emotionally charged visualization, which is even better, you can't establish new neurons, and you can't get your reticular activating system programmed, and you can't tap into the innate genius that's inside of every one of us. I mean, we just think of our intelligence as being the conscious mind, but the subconscious mind, that's where every single person on the planet is a genius, and that's where your book helps them to tap into it. And that would be my other suggestion, which is read Success Principles.
Very good. I was sitting here thinking, well, if I was younger, well, he would have been a really good dad to have.
Thank you, Jack.
No, I'm serious about that. So, God, I wish this was an hour-long interview instead of a shorter one like it is.